Hi, everybody. Welcome to New Earth Rising. I'm so happy to see you. Sharon and I are so happy to be here with you. And we thank you so much for being here. Welcome,
Mhm.
welcome, welcome. Um, Sharon, take it
Michelle.
away. I am going to turn my little self off for a second here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay,
No, I don't
I'll,
mind at all.
I'll be back.
All right. Okay. So, hello, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about animal communication and angels because we kind of feel that they're all the same in one. Our animals are also our angels, which I'm sure everyone here who is an animal lover understands. So, a little bit about me, if you don't know me already. My name is Sharon Kumara, and my goal is to be in service to the planet, to humanity and the planet, of course, in any way I can through my gifts and abilities as a psychic medium, as a hypnotherapist. I specialize in past life therapy and also helping people uncover contactee experiences, that type of thing. And she's back. So, abracadabra.
Abracadabra, it's magical.
Yes. So that is my goal, is to help each one of us wake up one at a time, meaning wake up, finding out, remembering our true self, who we are, releasing the programs, transmuting the programs into light and love, and remembering that that is who we are, and that remembering our true self. That is my goal.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Them is good goals, Sharon.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
And
you.
yeah, and Sharon and I, what we do is so similar. It just cracks
Hmm.
me up. Because I am a certified psychic medium, twice certified actually. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
And I'm a certified hypnotherapist, clinical hypnotherapist. I was actually on the board of the IACH for many years, and learned like all these little tricks of the trade and stuff. And it's really, really fun. And I specialize in past life regression, but my consciousness has changed to a point where instead of actually doing past life regression, I do what I call concurrent life progression, where it's past, present, and future, and we experience moving into other timelines and stuff like that. And it's really cool. It's really fun, and ultimately, that's what we're all doing, anyways, right?
Right.
It's
Right.
like that's what it is. And so now it's almost like we have words that we've been using for a very long time to describe these things, but as we awaken, as we become more aware of the true nature of the universe, we're doing the same things, but we're finding the proper words for it to really describe what we're really doing. And it's
Right.
kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
It's very cool, and we're used to seeing things in the linear timelines, but in actuality, as we grow and remember that it's cyclical, our experiences are cyclical. So there is really no past or present or future. It's all cyclical, and what could be past could also be our future, basically, and so on.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah,
time is just a concept.
yeah,
It's not a reality, right?
hmm,
And so it's so cool. It's so cool. And this is all part of waking up.
yeah.
And our little brain, it takes a little while for our brain to kind of acclimate to all that. Maybe a couple hundred years or so it'll take.
Or more
Because
for some of us.
it's weird. Because I find myself talking, in a very linear way, and I'll catch
Yeah,
myself and I'll stumble because
yeah.
it's like, well, that's not really how it is, but it's how we talk. But I want to use the right language to describe what's really happening. And then, so we're
I
learning.
know.
We're
I have
learning
to.
every
We are. We are. We're learning that there really no is, and as we move up in frequency, there's no past or present. I mean, no future. It's all present. But I wonder who gave us that language of past lives. I wonder where that came from. I would think it would have to be some. Uh, I'm, some controller, some established controller, if you know what I mean,
Yeah.
authoritarian kind of established controller that would put that in our in our mindset, in the consciousness, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah.
So do I. I just found it. Yeah.
It's super interesting how we just our mind works. And that's why I've always been so fascinated. Even in college I studied psychology,
Hmm.
because I was always fascinated about how the mind works and what's going on, and I've always seen things very differently. And I know sometimes when I was young, especially in my teenage years, for some reason, just remember just watching people and their behavior and what they're doing and how they think of things and how they took things. Susie said boo, and Johnny took it as, another way. And I just remember sitting there and watching how things would ping around and prang around. So
Yeah.
when I started college, psychology was my natural route to go because I was so fascinated. But it was interesting because I found in college that the professors were like crazy. And I was just like, yeah, no, I don't want to learn from these guys either.
And not a good crazy, not a good kind of crazy, right?
Not a good kind of crazy at all. And I mean, they were kind of messed up.
Mhm.
And so it's fun to be able to be here and to be where, I know I belong in the consciousness field, but not in the clinical way, right? Not in the mainstream way, but in a way that's very progressive and expansive, and tapping into these greater truths and understanding the way the matrix is set up,
Mhm.
by who knows.
Yeah.
Don't know. I had someone ask me the other day, so you talk about this matrix, so who made this matrix? And my first answer was kind of like ETs, but that didn't go over well. So I had to,
Oh, well,
you know,
sometimes the truth hurts.
yeah. And it's like, and are they ETs? What, and it's just like there's so much we don't know, but we're learning and it's being revealed, and we're growing and expanding and remembering. And it's so beautiful. And it's so fun to be able to be someone who's helping to shepherd people through that process, even as we do it. That's something I tell all my students. It's like I'm learning from them just as fast as they're learning from me, and as fast as I can learn. And Sharon, you're an avid reader and seeker too. There's so much information. It's like just as fast as I can get it in and process it and to share it, and it's so
I
fun.
think it's yeah, it is. I think it's more for me anyway, and I'm sure people that study esoteric studies and things like that, it's more of a way of remembering it. It's a reminder. It helps us bring that memories up because we
Yeah,
already know this on some level. So we're
yeah,
bringing that knowledge and that wisdom back to this level,
yeah.
you know, merging, merging the
Through,
planes.
through the
Yeah,
mind.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's encoded in our DNA. I remember reading Greg Braden's book, The God Code,
Hmm.
years ago, and where he was talking about a matrix. And he was and I was like, okay, all right. But how everything's encoded in the DNA. And so when we're remembering, it's really activating and awakening that memory all the way in our DNA. And
Yeah.
when we think about it, it's like scientists don't know anything about DNA. They pretend like they do, but they don't know crapola. And
Hmm.
it's super exciting when we start finding out. It's like, ooh, what if that is true?
Hmm.
What if our DNA holds everything? It would really behoove us to take care of our DNA, right? And
Yeah.
part of that would be eating the right foods, not be eating all of the weird crap they put in our food, and all that kind of stuff too. So it's fun. There's
Yeah.
so many ways that it can go. Hi there,
Right.
guy, y'all.
Hi, Gael. Good to see you
I
here.
love that name. It's so cool.
That's a pretty name. It's beautiful. So I would like to, excuse me, share.
Dance. Want to dance? Let's dance.
I always want to dance.
Ooh, ooh.
I'm studying or just started studying the Way of Mastery. I may have, can you see it? No, you can't even see me. There we go. The Way of Mastery. Um, some I'm,
Obviously, it's working because you're
I'm
disappearing.
disappearing. I've showed this before, yeah, because it's blue and it's blending in with the background.
Oh,
So
that's too funny. We can see the whole background like you disappeared. That's so cool. You can totally freak people out.
just use this book, The Way of Mastery, and you will be hold it in front of you. You will be invisible to everyone.
Who needs who needs Harry Potter's
Right,
what was that cloak of invisibility?
right. All you need is the way of mastery. That's all you need. Yeah.
That's awesome. Hi there, Charlene.
Hey, Charlene.
Charlene is listening while she's working. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Thank you to everybody who listens while they work.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
So this is the beginning of the book, um, and I wanted to read this and share this with everyone. It's uh, it's from Conversations with Yeshua. It's the way of mastery, the way of the heart, the way of transformation, the way of knowing. And the foundation group is Shanti Christo Foundation, and this is based on the dialogue that from the Yeshua letters, which I've shared before. Okay, but it's what was Yeshua sat in communication with this gentleman named Mark. So I want to read this opening message. I promise you this: if you become wholly committed to awakening from the dream you have dreamt since the stars first began to appear in the heavens, and if your one desire is to be only what God created, then lay at the altar of your heart with every breath everything you think you know, everything you think you need, and look lovingly upon every place that fear has made a home in your mind and allow correction to come. It will come. Regardless of how you experience it, it will come. And the day and the moment will arise, and all of your pain and fear and suffering will have vanished like a wind that pushes the foam of the wave away, revealing the clarity of the ocean beneath you. You will literally feel throughout your being that there never was a dream. Some memories might remain with you, and you will know that somewhere you must have dreamt a dream or had a thought of wondering what it would be like to be other than the way God created you. But it will be such a faint echo that it will leave no trace upon you. In your heart, you will smile gently, regardless of the circumstances in which you find yourself. There will be peace from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes, and that peace will walk before you wherever you go. It will enter a room before you enter it with a body, and those who are becoming sensitive will wonder who has come into their place, and some will even say, "Behold, I believe Christ has come for dinner." And you will be that one, for that is who you are, Christ eternal, Yeshua.
nice.
I love that.
It's so good. It's so true. And it's really neat because so many of the traditions and teachings and mysteries, it's like we use different language, but it all points to the same thing.
Mhm.
It all points to it's this internal journey. And that's where it is, and that's where we all meet each other too as one. And it's so cool.
Yeah,
It's so cool. Thank you for sharing that.
you're welcome. Yeah. Hopefully that helped those of you who were watching with maybe releasing some issues, some burdens, anything that
And
might
that's
be weighing
what
on your
we're
heart.
yeah. It's what we're really being called to do now. I've had a lot of people contacting me about these massive blasts with the Schumann resonance and the energy that's coming off the sun. It is like almost unprecedented at this time. And basically what it means is we're being flooded with light, right? And so our
Yeah.
our stuff is going to come up.
Right.
It's like when you turn the light on in the room and all the cockroaches go running. Right?
Yeah. The thing is, we've been talking about this for years,
Yep.
and it's
But
you
it's
know it's
getting
happening.
intense
It
now.
is. It is.
And
Yeah.
we've all been working on it. We've all been clearing and clearing. We took the boxes out, we took the curtains out of the room and cleaned it. We took all the crap out of the closet, but those damn cockroaches were still in there. And so now that light is coming in and it's getting the very last little vestiges of our shadow, of our wounds, of our pain, of our shame and guilt, which goes with a lot of it. I in my meditation class last night, we were talking about shame and guilt and about how marketing these days uses shame and guilt to sell you
Sure.
stuff,
Sure.
right? And we're just bombarded with that kind of stuff. And so that's a lot of what those deep kind of things are, because they keep poking. As we work on them, make sure you give yourself, permission to be really proud of yourself and not to get discouraged when there's still more to be addressed. Because I've had a couple people, they're like, but I've been working so long. Am I not done?
No, we're
And
never
it's like,
done.
it's always in there, and embrace the journey.
Yeah.
Be grateful to yourself for all the work that you have done, and rest when you need to too.
What I'm aware of is that when we do the deep work uh, that needs to be done, that that does in some way alleviate. But we're still going to have stuff we need to deal with every
Mhm.
day because we live here and with other people, other situations, other things that are going on. So we're going to get, we're going to have little challenges every once in a while, have challenges or big challenges, whatever it is. But the deep work, as long as we work on the deep work, that I, at least in my experience, what I understand, and I still have some deep work to work on. Another thing I want to talk about is what has been coming up for me recently and these experiences, which are pretty crazy, that I'm working on bringing up these memories or experiences, and it's giving me such a different view on parallel lives and things like that, or
Mm,
a
yeah,
expanded view. But anyway, so yeah, as we uncover those deep wounds and work with that and that shame and guilt and all that, um, that can be that alleviates as long as we do it and do that work. But we still have our everyday stuff that we deal with, and what I understand and have been taught, and I know what works for me is we have to deal with it at the time, whatever
yep,
that may be, whatever tools we have, whether it be
yep,
confronting it, journaling about it, screaming about it, to,
right.
not to the person or but just getting it out.
Feeling it. And the other thing too, and this is a big thing I do with all of my clients, is don't stay stuck in the constantly healing. When you stay stuck in it, a lot of people are like, oh, I got to process, I got to process, I got to work, it's deep work, I got to go, I got to do. It's like, take a break, right? Take a break to enjoy life. Take a moment to integrate. Take time in the good. Because so many people are just, oh, I've got to get through. I don't want to feel. I don't want to do this. Like, and it's like, slow down, slow down. There's so much beauty. Don't miss the beauty of life because you're pushing so hard and staying in the process. A lot of the things that I do is I process with people and then I take them out and we go into the joy. We move into all the joys, all the fun, what is happening, what brings you joy, where are we going to put your joy energy, how are we going to magnify that,
Hmm.
right? It's so important to be have the majority of your energy on the joy, the happiness, the love, the good stuff. Do your processing, but don't make that your entire life. Don't dwell in the wounds.
Right.
Deal with them, love them, do your process, whatever it is, but get back to living this beautiful life because that's what this life is supposed to be. This is a joyous thing. That's why God gave us this gorgeous earth and these gorgeous, sensuous bodies. And, everything that we have, it's amazing. and we got to get back to enjoying it while we're here.
Yeah.
And so it's super important. It's super important.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. So I want to share a couple of experiences I had recently for our regular viewers, our regular peeps here, um, our tribe. Uh, I've been sharing that about the secret space program and how I've been really drawn to that and interested in that because 20 years ago or so, before I even heard of the secret space program, I even heard of Corey Good and the like. And I only recently have started hearing about those types of things. I was having memories and out of my experiences in ships, flying ships, doing things like that, being in situations which I'm like, this is strange, but it didn't, it was me. I knew it was me, but I looked different. I'm like, okay, that's a parallel reality or something, you know? So things are coming up a lot more for me and a lot more concrete, a lot more physical. So yesterday morning, uh, I um, I couldn't sleep. Woke up 3:30 or so. Couldn't go back to sleep. About 6 a.m. I'm just relaxing, and in that twilight state, so I'm awake, but my body's but the body asleep, mind awake state, and am in this situation where I see from my eyes in my body, I'm holding this really big rifle gun kind of thing, which I know is an EMP rifle.
Ooh.
And it's big, and I'm holding it like it with one hand and like down to my side. I know I'm on a mission. And I'm thinking to myself, how in the world can I lift that? But there's no way I'd be able to lift that. But I'm lifting it, and I'm with a small group of people, and we're talking on a headset to each other. We're on this mission, and we are um, on a top level of what looks like it's a facility. Reminds me of a mall kind of thing, but it's a facility, a big, large facility, maybe a cargo bay or something. And I see some colored crates or boxes or something off to the left, and we're above it, like I don't know whether we're not really floating. We're just I don't know, but we're above it, looking down, and and I see these robot droids in the box, like hiding around in the boxes, kind of thing. Um, and this is realer than here. It's just so real. And I see I see them pop up their heads every once in a while, then go back down. They're looking around and then pop their head down. They're kind of like in Star Wars C3PO, not
Oh
C3PO, then
yeah.
R2D2 kind of thing. That type of thing. But have more of a humanish body, but have that bulbous, small like C3PO. Is what it makes me think of. And I said on the headset, and we see them, I pick up my rifle, and I know it's an EMP, and I pointed at them. I said, I got the red one, and I hit the trigger, and it makes that and it blasts and kills the electronics in that droid. And I said, okay, I got the blue one because he popped up his head, and I shoot and kill the electronics in that droid. And then I saw another one that was looking at us, and I pulled the trigger again, but it didn't. I was able to hit it, but it didn't have the pulse. It didn't. It like the battery on your camera. It didn't charge completely, so
Oh
it
yeah.
made a little charge pulse. It's crazy, and so we get those, and my other partners are doing their thing, and but it doesn't make any sound. It's just electrifying them. You know what I mean? Just shorten them out. yeah, and so we move on this it's like a rolling walkway, and we're moving to the other side of the facility, and I trip a little, and I look down at my feet. I'm wearing these huge black boots, faded black boots, and they have, like, tape on certain areas, like I'm taping over holes. I was this ragtag mercenary, this group of ragtag mercenary kids in our 20s, and I know this, and so I looked down like, "Oh, that wow, that's crazy," and in my mind, I'm thinking, "Boy, these boots can really kick some butt." 'Cause they were these big, thick, big boots, and so we're moving, and I see a human down there. She has blonde hair, and she's walking into some kind of a storefront or something. And then next, we're sitting in a uh, a subway train, one of those underground or moving, and we're sitting there talking about the mission we just did. And I see a female in front of me. She's like in her 20s or something, and she's like wearing a tank top and she's human, just like us. She has black hair and and it's kind of framed around her face. It's straight to the neck and really really pretty. And there's another one sitting next to me, and a male over here, and another female over here. And I just noticed the two, and he's talking, and he oh oh while we were in the facility, I hear over the intercom, like they're playing in the stores, in the grocery stores, get your shot and things like that. That's what they were playing. That's what was coming over the intercom. Don't forget your thing, and talking about
Oh, wow.
the V and everything. Oh, it can do this and this, and I didn't hear anything about COVID, but that's what they were talking about was that, and just go over here where you could get it now, that kind of thing. And so we're sitting there in the shuttle thing, and I said, "Did you hear what they were talking about over the intercom?" And the other female goes, "Yeah," like that. And she's wearing a it, like a pouch kind of thing, like you would carry a kid in, like a what do you call
Oh,
it?
yeah.
A baby holder was
Like a
like,
papoose?
yeah, and it was wrapped around her neck and where she was carrying it in front of her, and she was holding her arms underneath it. And it was her gear, it was her MREs, it was her medical supplies, it was extra whatever she needed was in that. She was carrying that, holding it, and we were just talking about what we had just done, and um, there wasn't any feeling of feeling good or bad or whatever. We just were talking about what we did and went over it. And the young man next to me, they were very very attractive. The young man next to me, he had dark hair too, very attractive, and he's talking about one and two and this whatever. And I said, "What are you talking about?" And this is as me. I go, "What? Say that again." And he goes, "What?" Whatever he was talking about, I didn't understand it. I realized afterwards he was talking in code, but and and I said, "What in the world are you talking about?" Like that, and I kind of yelled at him. He goes, "Read my lips." And then, and as soon as he said that, I came back here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to this, so he must have been talking in some kind of code, and here I am getting in the way of whoever that person was, obviously, or not getting in the way, but that blended consciousness. He's like, where the me there, I'm sure understood everything he was saying, but that was crazy. That was about it. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And then the day before, I believe it's the day before, the morning before, after, I'm not sure. Or I mean, it's 2 days or one day before that. I just I'm just there again in the morning, as you're waking up state, and I'm in a craft, flying a craft, and I know I have a helmet on, and you know how when you're flying, you can zoom in on your target with
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
plane or with the craft or whatever. But this was
Yeah.
in my helmet. This was in my eye where I could
Oh,
see
yeah.
that way, and I could see the grid lines zooming in on. on a target on and it wasn't in the space, it was on a planet, and I could see brown mountains. You know, I didn't see a lot of greenery. I saw the mountains. They were right, jagged, rocky mountains, and I was zooming in on it, and I was moving my head and zooming in on it. So I don't know, don't recall firing anything at that point, but yeah, so that lasted a little while I was flying this craft, and the craft looked like a um, supersonic airplane, but it was probably a spacecraft.
Wow.
And before that, I am in a holodeck practicing my fighting skills like jujitsu or something. And
Did you watch the Matrix movie recently?
no, that would have been on Star Trek. Yeah, the holodeck. No, I haven't watched it recently. But yeah, I'm feeling that I'm bringing these. I mean, it's obvious, or it wouldn't be happening. These parallel altars that were in this
Yeah.
secret space program kind of thing. Because, you know, be careful what you ask for type of deal. I mean, I didn't have any fear with it or anything like that. Oh, later on, and I get emotional when I'm talking about this. Yesterday, when I went into a little bit of meditation, try to understand the the person that shot has the EMP weapon. I feel like he or she, I don't know if I was male or female, I couldn't tell, um, got shot in the stomach somewhere around there, somewhere or in this area. I felt it and saw just a glimpse of it, so I don't know what happened with that.
Well, we know that there's a lot of space wars going on
Hmm.
up, up there. You know, there's a lot of stuff. It sounds like you're connecting into that. The last week and a half or so, and I had my granddaughter with me. So I had a lot of that kid energy around. But I've been dreaming about being up on one of the moons around Jupiter and helping with teaching the people how to come to the earth. Now, I've
Hmm.
done this in the past and I hadn't dreamed it in maybe, I don't know, 6 months or something like that. And this last week, I'm up there teaching them. And there was one group of them that I was teaching them how to drive cars here on
Oh, funny.
this planet. So,
Good
so they're
teaching.
out there fighting, and I'm repopulating the planet.
I remember you talking about that before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm very, very connected to the Jupiterians and the different races that are involved in there because there's many, many different races. There aren't just one race, just like kind of here on our planet, right? Where there's a lot of different we're the human race, but there's a lot of different kinds of humans. And for a long time, when I was working with the Jupiterians, they all looked somewhat Asian. And these ones were absolutely beautiful beings with very like golden light hair. They were very golden coloring just in general. And it was really, really cool. It was so neat. But I was teaching them how to drive earth cars. And
Hmm.
they were really spastic. They couldn't figure it out. Um, and my understanding was they were still kind of struggling with the whole concept of the human body at all, which was really, really cool too. So yeah, I feel like in this energy that we've got now, because we know we are in this ascension energy, right? People are
Hmm.
talking about the awakening. Well, yeah, we're well into that and everything's expanding and we have such access to so many different aspects of reality. And I love that you're out there and tapping into that. I want to use the word fierce part of you, right? Where it's
Yeah,
like
I
you're
don't
out there.
know. I don't know.
It's cool.
Obvious and alter. Yeah. And it helped me realize that, okay, so since everything is happening at the same time, so this is happening in the present. This is happening in the present. That's happening in the present. Now, our altars, because we have altars out there, right? Our altars are not necessarily aware of what's of this lifetime that we have here.
Mm,
Okay. But as we ascend, we're becoming aware of those altars, if if that's what we want to, that's our sole purpose. Um, and so we can, and I saw a video on this recently too, maybe integrate those, um, if if they have passed, okay, if they have died in some, because I feel like that person may have died.
that's interesting.
Hmm. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, because, and then I get this impression. All right, so if someone in another altar taps into this life, they may be able to see this life from start to finish, which we haven't even finished yet.
Kind of be even like what ghosts can do and things like that too, and angels and ascended masters and all these different beings, ETs coming
Right.
from
That's what
different
I'm saying.
dimensions, all
That's
that
what
kind of
I'm saying.
stuff.
If we have
Yeah,
an altar that can tap into our life, but can see that life, because we see past lives that we were talking about earlier, and we can see from beginning to end normally, like how we passed and things like that. Like I see that she passed, I'm going to say she passed in that lifetime. I feel, I don't know, from, maybe or maybe she just had a wound and it was fixed. But, uh,
got her in a med bed.
oh, those are coming. Those are coming. I saw,
Yeah, they are.
my sister told me about that today, that, there's
Yes,
like
they are.
200 clinics that are using light technology, like what we talked about in our last show about the light within us, that using the
Yep,
light within us to heal
yep,
ourselves.
yep.
Yeah. Um, so yeah. Hey, Diane. Uh, it's a mind pretzel when you think about it. We have other alters, other parts of us that can tune in, that have the ability, or can tune into this lifetime and, observe it from start to finish in this physical body, even though it hasn't really happened yet in our awareness. I want to read Barbara Marciniak's book again, because she talks about all this in, Bringers of the Dawn.
Oh, the bringers of the dawn, yeah. And it's a continuity too. That's one of the things that I'm becoming very aware of is the continuity. It's like, yes, we shed this body, but there's a continuity, and it's almost like not even seeing an end, not even seeing an end of it, just seeing the continuity of this particular lifetime, but all that is taken from this lifetime when this physical body is dropped, and just seeing the continuity through the
Hmm.
whole thing. It's mind-boggling. Diane is asking you to tune into her cat Frida.
Oh yes, we were going
So
to talk about animals and angels, weren't we? Okay.
apparently she doesn't want to talk about this anymore.
That's okay. Yeah, I just wanted to share that because it's just so crazy. It's just so crazy. I mean, you don't really tell a lot of people this. Luckily, I'm out
No.
in
It's
totally
so
different
cool.
angels.
It's so cool because I know I have a lot of warrior cells that are out there that
Yeah, and because we've done
they
it, we're
believe
doing it,
too.
and also I'm finding writing my book is bringing up so much more memories that, I had forgotten about, kind of thing.
As a matter of fact, young lady, last night or the night before, I saw you in a dream, whatever that is. I was standing behind you watching you write.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
It was like, and it was like, this is good. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. And like I was just standing kind of not right behind you, but behind you and a little bit to the side, watching you kind of at that angle and seeing you and seeing it was a little bit dark in the room. It was a little bit like the light was a little bit muted. And you were sitting at a desk, and then you moved over and you're sitting on your bed and
Nice.
you're writing, typing and handwriting. So I'm not sure what that was. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
can
oh, I just like, whoosh. So,
Very cool.
and put some
Nice.
clothes on, would you? No, I'm kidding.
It's too cold to go around naked here. Okay.
Oh, it's been so cold. No,
Yeah.
but it was cool. I totally forgotten about that until just now. I just had that flash.
Nice.
So
Well,
the
thank you.
spirit is coming through and just saying you're doing really good work there.
Aw.
So cool.
Okay, animals. Yes.
Yeah. The questions are coming in. So no more of
Mhm.
this
Secret space
multi-dimensional
program
talk.
and yeah, that type of thing. We'll leave that for another day. I'll have more to report, I'm sure, next week.
There's a lot going on.
We both will. We everyone will. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay. Diane, Frida. Whew. I do know. I've met Frida. I've been around Frida a little bit, not a lot. But yeah, she's a
Is
beautiful cat.
Frida kind of fluffy?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm feeling fluffy.
Yeah, she is. I feel like she's kind of hurting a little bit, Diane. Maybe arthritic or I just feel soreness, that type of thing. Um, Stiffness, soreness when I tune into her. Uh, I don't remember how old she is. But it feels like she might be having some pain issues. Does that make any sense? And it feels like muscular,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah. I'm feeling that
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
Like achy.
Yeah. Yeah. And age, age related could be. Um, so what does that resonate, Diane? I mean, I don't see that she. Excuse me for hitting my mic, but I don't see that she's. I don't see that she's done yet right now.
Yeah, she's saying she's almost 15. Yeah, I don't feel like she's done either, but I do feel the achy and the just older, she's
Yeah.
older and
Yeah.
just kind of I feel like she's being a little bit wanting to be near you, Diane, wanting to be kind of quiet and settled and near her dearest, her beloved, her clouder, if you will. I feel like that I think there's other people in the family that she's close to too. Maybe your husband. It's
Her husband.
4:44 here
Yeah.
on the West Coast, right here. Yeah, that she's just kind of wanting. So if she's feeling like she's being a little bit clingy or
Hmm.
anything, she's just she is.
Yeah, she is. So yeah, just the kind of stuff that we deal with when we get older. She's Breezy's age then. Breezy's 15, so I'll remember that. Yeah, she's clingy. Mhm. Just feeling kind of
I can feel it. Just give her extra love and
yeah.
pets and and really you might even want to check with your vet about maybe even giving her like some CBD for pets or something that might give her a little bit of relief from I don't want to say she's in pain because it's not pain, but it's just that achy.
Feels soreness, like yeah,
Mhm.
achy soreness, and just
Mhm.
not able to get around like she used to. That type of thing. BS purging here because we are moving. BS bullshit purging.
Which is good.
Oh, you're
Purge,
moving.
purge that stuff out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're moving. Where are you moving to?
Wow. Yeah. Ask the vet about CBD. I had a kitty cat, my cat Groucho. It's been like 2 years ago when he passed, and he was having the achies, and he'd had a pretty good long life. He was like 15, I think, 14, 15. And I gave him a little bit of CBD, and it seemed to revive him for a bit. He seemed to feel a little bit better. She's going to New York.
Wow. So you're gonna
New
go be
York.
with your grandbabies. Good for
Very
you.
cool.
You have to come visit us once in a while
New York.
because she's here in Portland.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also
I
there's
think that.
that cat there's those little cat things you can give them for, was it, glucosamine chondroitin, I think it's called,
Mm,
that you can give to them too to help with pliability in the joints and things like that. Yeah. But your vet should be able to,
yeah.
yeah. Um, so if you're moving, that's gonna be tough on her too, of course. It usually is on pets, but not not but and as long as she's got your support, I feel that she'll be fine, which she does. That's yeah. Cats cats are different than dogs when it comes to that
Hmm.
change in scene. Okay. Allie, I think you're next, right?
Yeah, I think she is. Allie's dog, Callie. She was
Diagnostic.
131.3.
13 and a third.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Mm.
Hmm.
I just heard a bark. And it didn't feel like it was a small dog bark. Sounded like it was a bigger dog bark. It was more of a woof than a woof. Very strong. Yeah. And I'm getting the image of a mid-sized dog, not a big one, not a little one. And there's definitely a feeling of like freedom. I'm not really picking up on what the passing was from, but I'm really feeling like that Callie wants you to know that the freedom, there's freedom, like run, jump, freedom. Really, really big message for you to know that, and happiness. But also, I keep hearing the barking. It's like, whoa, trying to get your attention. I feel like she maybe even has been trying to get your attention, to let you know that she's okay, that she's fine, that she's free now. And I don't know why that freedom is so important for her. But that's a big part of the message too, is she's free now, and she's showing me. I'm not sure why. I don't know if Callie would be a boy or a girl, but I'm getting feminine energy, like running around, running, jumping, barking, like a really vivacious dog at one point. And she's like back on top again. So I hope that helps you to know that she's happily on the other side and very much appreciates how you helped her, not just through life, but also through not even the passage of death so much as just I'm getting being there for her. Yeah, so it's a great big huge thank you, and freedom.
A small Shih Tzu. Well, she had a big dog attitude.
Oh, is that what it is? Because it's
Sometimes,
like,
yeah. Yeah, sometimes, the little dogs like my dog, she'll project herself as this big Doberman to other dogs. Yeah, she's a terrier.
yeah, my grandma had Shih Tzus. They were big dogs in little forms, weren't they?
Mhm, yeah. Yeah, when I connect to her, I see her running around in a big field, beautiful
Hmm.
green field,
Yep.
and,
Yep.
rolling around in the grass, having a really good time. She feels so much better, like Michelle was saying, so much better. Um, did she have like I feel like maybe she had kidney failure or something internal. She's thanking you. I'm feeling that she's thanking you for like Michelle was saying, thanking you for everything. Uh, she feels like a big kid to me. Um, that she has a big kid energy. But she's also thanking you and wants you to know I'm getting something about that you did nothing wrong. Every that and she keeps thanking you for I don't know. Maybe you released her from her body, that type of thing. She's saying thank you, thank you. She's saying what I'm feeling from her is that it wasn't you did the right thing. It was time,
Mhm,
that type of thing
mhm,
with what how she passed. It was time. I feel like she struggled with, and it feels like kidney, maybe kidney um, issues. But she's good. She's happy. I see her running around now with other dogs. She wasn't when I first looked. She wasn't with other dogs, but she's running around, and she does still sleep with you. She just gave me a big smile. She does still sleep with you. Bowels. Okay. Yeah. Something in that area. Okay. She's uh,
aw,
she's good. She feels so much better. Yeah.
yeah. That was a big part of what I got. It's like, I'm free.
Mhm.
I'm free. I'm free. So good. Thank you. I hope that helps. I hope that helps you have peace, Kelly.
Yeah.
Especially it's so new. My kitty cat Groucho passed away. I think it's been 2 years ago. It might even be three. And I still think of him, and I still get a little catch in my throat.
Yeah. My boyfriend tears up every time he talks about our dog, Venus.
Oh,
She was my dog, and then we got together, and boy, did they get close.
so sweet.
Yeah. Okay, so who's next?
Gial is saying, I just got a new family member, Dina, a standard black poodle. I was hoping that you could give me some insight into what her life was like in the 2 years, oh, before we found her.
Okay, Dina.
It's interesting. I'm getting cold. That word came through really strong. I don't know if it's physical cold or just an emotional coldness, but there was cold. And not like torturous cold, but
Like
cold.
sleeping on the floor, kind of cold.
Yeah.
Something like that is what I'm feeling, or in a cage or a kennel, like
Yeah.
that type of thing. Not really having maybe a blanket or a bed is what I'm getting.
Yeah. And just not abused. I'm not
Neglected.
seeing like abuse, but not loved and celebrated and kind of maybe neglected, but just, but it's interesting. There's something, what is that?
It feels to me like neglect with sometimes when
Yeah.
it was perhaps that these people who had her maybe were too busy for her and weren't
Yeah.
able to put in, dogs are, they're like a child. Animals are, they need a lot of exercise, a lot of play. They need a job, that kind of thing. So they need attention, and people don't understand that. And so sometimes they adopt dogs, and so I'm getting that perhaps these people didn't understand how much attention she would take or need, and so I feel that there was that she may became to them um, taking up too much of too much for them to deal with, because animals, dogs especially, that don't get that type of exercise and that type of attention end up having behavior that humans consider bad behavior.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what, too? I want to say this as well. It's almost like they got her as a prize or a showpiece, maybe. And she wasn't necessarily a part of the family, that she was like a prize or maybe a present. And poodles seem to be very stoic. Their stance and their demeanor is very stoic, but they're super sensitive dogs. And I'm feeling like this is maybe where I'm feeling this like two things going on.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if she a show dog, or was she being raised to be a show dog?
She's saying a
'Cause
showpiece. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm feeling it's almost like that. So it's not neglect, it's not abuse, but it's not that part of the family thing.
She Fuck Michelle, it's exactly what I said. Oh, that's so funny.
Is that what I said? I mean, is that what you said? Oh,
A showpiece.
a showpiece. I think that that is what it is. And she's beautiful, isn't she?
Mhm,
She's
mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah, they have that those standard poodles, they have that regal stance and everything like that's how
Mm,
they're bred and shown, yeah. So, yeah,
a household of rejection, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she just needs you just to just embrace her and let her be part of the family.
The thing is dogs, um, they're very different than us when it comes to our history, our past. Once the one what I understand and, once an experience once they are able to get to trust and find that they have love and they do have a support and a foundation where they're not gonna lose that foundation, if she may have it from another home and, that type of thing. Because they do it dogs, I mean, it can be heartbreaking going from home to home, having 2 or 3 homes. So, so once they know that they're loved and have a foundation, they're not going anywhere or you're not going anywhere and they're not going anywhere, the past is gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They live very currently.
yeah.
It's so sweet. He's saying
Present.
she's the most joyful soul I've ever met in a dog. Oh,
Aw. Aw.
yeah, that's cool.
Nice. Nice.
Very cool. Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, Allie is saying I hear barking in the house. Oh,
Very nice.
yeah, because that's I was hearing the bark, 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 bark. But it wasn't a little like yep, yep barking. It was like bark.
She thinks she's a big dog.
Uh, all right. So then
Leilani.
we have Klaus, the bunny Klaus.
Oh, yes.
I
Leilani.
love that name
Leilani.
for a bunny. What a big, powerful name for a bunny rabbit. Klaus. This is my bunny Klaus. I have my father's German, and that was always one of those names. It was like, ooh, you sat up a little bit straighter when you heard that name. I love that.
Close. Mm.
Klaus is very curious, very looking at things, curious. He's a really smart bunny.
Mhm.
Um, and he listens. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He's got dog energy. He's probably a dog
Ooh,
before Leilani. He's got yeah.
totally. It's like I can feel him listening to you guys talking and like talking in the kitchen or talking, and it's almost like he's tuning in and it's almost like he's understanding what you're talking about. This is such a trip. Ooh, oh my god, I'm getting chills. Is he like extra super It's like extra super psychic rabbit. Oh my god, it's so weird. I can I feel almost like I'm in him and like his ears are turning and he's like listening and he can hear your voice and he hears the intonations and he's almost like he's understanding the words. I'll tell you what, I don't know how old Klaus is, but you could probably train this bunny to do things like clean the house, do
Clean
the
the house.
laundry.
Is your bunny with us, Leilani?
Wow. Is Leilani still?
Leilani, are you still here?
Yeah, we maybe but definitely an incredible little bunny.
Yeah,
Super
very
smart. Super.
loving. Feel very loving
Mm,
bunny, very loving bunny. Loves you like crazy. Um,
mm, mm.
uh, okay, is Klaus still in physical or on the other side? So it's Klaus. Gotcha. I feel that Klaus does not leave your side, whether in spirit or in the body.
Right now, yeah, I wasn't feeling like he was in spirit.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, this rabbit like talks English. It's so cool. Do Leilani, do you train him at all or do like tricks or anything like that? Because I feel like he is so smart. This is so cool.
Never leaves her side. Yeah.
Yeah. Play with
Yeah.
him.
It feels like separation, a little
Up
bit of separation anxiety too. Um,
as we do agility every night. I'm so glad
mhm.
because you have a really brilliant, smart, curious bunny here that you could do all kinds of fun stuff with. I'm so glad you're doing that kind of stuff. Push the envelope a little bit.
Is the separation anxiety from you or Klaus or both? We get that too sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a super bunny for sure.
Hmm. That is a good
She
me
says
for
me
sure.
for sure.
I love it. I love it. That is so cute.
He's a super bunny.
He
That's
is.
cool.
God, it's so weird. It's like I feel like he understands English.
He's been with you for many other lifetimes. Yeah, you probably already know that. I know you're intuitive. Yeah. Yeah, you've I just feel he's been a dog, probably a horse.
And he's
Yeah.
healthy too.
Mhm.
You're taking really good care of him too. He appreciates that.
Yeah. So your
And
soulmate.
it's interesting because I feel almost like and I don't know, I don't know what my thoughts are on this, but I feel almost like he may have been human in a lifetime too, where he may have been like a boyfriend or a very dear friend. It's that kind of an energy. And, it's like I'm not sure how well that works or how that is. I know we all have different belief systems, but I'm feeling almost like he was like a beloved boyfriend kind of a thing. It's so sweet. He
He
loves
definitely feels
you so much.
soulmate-ish. Soulmate, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's super cool. It's super cool. It's coming to mind. I saw a movie, I don't know, sometime last 6 months or so, about somebody who had a pet that was their like ex-boyfriend that got turned into a dog or something like that. I can't remember what the movie was. And then through the movie and the animal was there and blah blah blah. And she like started like getting like, oh blah blah blah. And then it turned back into the ex-boyfriend.
Oh,
And that's
funny.
kind of what I'm getting. Like it's like Klaus is
Your boyfriend in another life, your husband, your mate in another
your
life.
mate in another life. Oh,
That's
it's so
funny.
sweet. I love that. He loves you so.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, the
He's a
theme.
love bug. Okay. Charlene.
All right. Yes, Coco. Oh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Coco wants to relieve that burden from you.
Yeah, I'm getting. It's interesting. I'm getting the words. Never a moment's worry. Never a moment's worry.
Not one more minute.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of an old fashioned kind of
Hmm.
term the way it is. Yeah,
Yeah, lay that aside. Lay that aside. And
she
I
loves
feel
you.
yeah, yeah, I feel he or she is hard. Sometimes it's difficult with animals because they're either balanced or have the qualities of one or the other. But to tell what sex or gender. But I'm feeling that Coco is saying he or she, um,
She, I think it's a she.
okay, she understands that how difficult that was for you.
Yeah, because it's it's hard. You know,
Mhm.
I'll tell you, Charlene, when I had my cat Groucho, he had arthritis and he was having trouble getting to the bathroom. And, you know, I made his world very small. I gathered everybody. You know, he used to have to walk through the whole house to get to the bathroom and brought his cat box out close by and just trying to make him as comfortable as possible. And I knew he was having a little bit of pain, arthritis pain. He's having a little bit of trouble with breathing, a little bit, not bad, a little bit. And I had a client over, and I was doing biofeedback with her, and all of a sudden, this teeny tiny little spider and came down from the middle of the ceiling, and I had like these 20-foot ceilings, and this little spider comes all the way down right in front of me, and I got this message: "Come on, you know what to do." And then it went back up, and I that little spider told me it was time to let him go. And so I know what you mean about how hard it is because I just couldn't make that decision. It's such a hard decision to make. Oh, I'm feeling that sadness. Um, and I really feel like Coco is like, there was never a moment
Mm-mm.
for you to worry about that she loves you very, very much.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's almost like it's not even a thought. Yeah, it's not even a thought in her head.
it's not. It's
Mm-mm.
not. She doesn't want that burden on you. She wants you to let it go because she's fine. Everything's fine. That part of her life is she didn't even feel it. She wasn't in her body most of the time anyway when she was feeling bad because dog animals have a really good uh, way of being able to leave their body when they're not feeling good. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, so she's saying let it go, lay it
And
down.
she, yeah, and she's also there with you often too.
Hmm.
She's definitely there with you.
Yeah,
Oh, Coco, you're so sweet.
yeah. I also feel that she's coming back to you if she hasn't already. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm getting that too.
Hmm. So
Huh.
that right there would give you your a sign that you know that everything's fine.
She
So
still
that's all.
trusts you.
Yeah, Coco's fine. It's us that feel the guilt, and that's something that'll weigh you down.
Yeah, there's no sense doing that.
No.
I just had my little monster come in.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "You talking about animals? What about me?"
Okay, who's next? Hopefully that's
Okay,
help.
we've got Karen. And I tell you what, Sharon, while you take care of
Michelle?
Karen, I'm going to pop out and go close the door to
Okay.
lock His Highness in the house.
Okay.
I'll be back in a second.
Sure. Per kit. Oh, that must be a cat. Per kit must be a cat. Okay. Um, I see really bright eyes as I look at your baby here. Uh, okay. Really bright eyes. Yeah. And they look almost green to me, but they're really bright. And I see what I see is your I feel a kitty. I feel a kitty. Um, on her back, he or his I can't tell the gender. On their back, uh, yeah, looking up at you on their back. Is this a cat? Whom I was reading for? Karen. Yes. Is this your kitty? Is this a kitty? Because I see a kitty on her back, on her his yeah, it feels like her on her back and looking at you and playing. I mean, she feels kittenish. Energy is kittenish, young, playful, uh, saying, "I'm still with you. I'm still here. I'm still with you. I'm still playing like I used to, playing around, playing." I just feel a lot of playfulness with her. S- Hi, Adele. Okay, yes, so a kitty. Okay, she has really bright eyes. She's very playful and it's just play. That's her life now is playing. That's what I see. Also wants you to know that she's um, she doesn't hurt anymore. I hope that makes sense. She doesn't hurt anymore. Uh, was she in an accident or I feel like there was some kind of a because I feel pain, some kind of an accident or something that caused her to have pain. Does that make any sense? Let me know. Charlene says, "Thank you, ladies. She grew up with my daughters and part of family." Oh, yeah. You're welcome. Lost him suddenly, I believed a cardiomyopathy. Okay, yeah, because it didn't feel like you had her released. Oh, him. Okay, he feels very loving. I'm getting feminine energy, very loving, um, very playful. So cardiomyopathy. Okay, yeah, I felt some pain there. Maybe it was in from the heart, but yeah, it was sudden. I felt it was sudden. So I'm sorry, but I just see him playing like crazy, playful, playful, playful. Do you like to lay on his back?
Mm.
Let's see here. Leilani says that Klaus just did a bunny roar right now.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah.
Like they're talking about me. Yay. So good.
So, connecting to per kit, Michelle, if you're getting anything.
Okay.
Um, yeah. He did he did say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that earlier I got that earlier. Um, but anywhere on you, anywhere on you, laying anywhere on you. Okay. Upside down on his back.
He must be related to my cat.
You know how cats like to look up at you like that on their back? So they're I just see him doing that. I see him doing that and looking
It's like the sweetest
like
thing
just
on the planet.
mhm. Mhm.
Like all the horrible things I did, love me anyways.
But I did feel him apologize earlier, um, for leaving so suddenly. 'Cause that's, uh, and it, and animals don't really need to don't really apologize. It's more like of apologizing that it was painful the way it
Yeah.
was, sudden, that kind of thing. If that makes any sense. Hard to put that
And
into words.
yeah, it's interesting because I feel almost like he's going, oh, oh, there we go. And he was like, boom,
Yeah,
gone. Um, oh, lost him
always looking
suddenly.
at you.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
so
first thing I
sweet.
saw was his eyes. That's the first thing I saw was his eyes, his bright, bright
Yeah.
eyes.
And very, very sweet, very loving. Again, super smart too. Um, also, I feel was he a good hunter? Did you let him out to hunt? I feel like he would have been a really good hunter outside. And also like watching, like he would watch everything. Maybe looking out the windows. Yeah, Sharon, I'm like what you're saying is like he's all eyes.
Yeah, that's the
He's
first thing I
all
saw was his eyes right in
yeah.
my face in my mind's eye.
Wow. That's so cool. That's
So he's still
so
looking at
cool.
you. That might be his message. He's still looking at you. Here's to looking at you, kid, kind of thing. Still looking at you.
I'm
Yeah,
also
he's
seeing him looking out a window as well. And I'm not sure if he's looking out a window or looking in a window. Um, definitely looking through a window. And cats just have that such that power of observance, right? Where they're just there and they can just watch. Oh, okay, Karen. So it's probably looking out a window. So sweet.
yeah. So they're looking out a window. Yeah, always looking out the window if they're inside cats.
Yeah.
Right.
I always have
Okay.
inside outside cats and I always swear the next one's gonna be an inside cat. And it just they don't agree with me. And they make it very clear I am not the boss.
Oh,
So
yeah. We're the staff. We're definitely the staff, and they let us know
definitely.
it.
Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys.
All
This
right,
was
Daphne.
fun.
Hey, Daphne.
Oh,
Could you
I did
tune
not see Daphne.
tune in my dog Binky? We're figuring out how to keep him inside the fence, but he keeps jumping over and sometimes killing animals.
Mm.
Oh, what he'd need for us to stay in.
Huh.
Uh, I just watched an episode on Caesar about that. The Dog Whisperer. You might want to look it up if you're not familiar with Caesar. The show is called Better Human, Better Dog or Better Animal. Um, yeah, it's. I'm sure he's on YouTube or something, but I'm getting the um, I'm getting that he's blah blah. How do I put it? He doesn't have isn't burning off enough energy in um in his space in your space. Uh, Dogs are meant to roam, right? Um, that that's why they need long walks. uh, that's part of their DNA. So they're roamers. But I'm getting he's not burning off enough energy, if that makes any sense. I know that you guys live close to a beach, I think.
Yeah, it's almost like, when we had horses, we had to take them out and lunge them, right? Run them in circles on the lunge line. And that's almost like what I'm seeing for Binky.
What's that? On the
You take him out on the lunge line
Oh,
and
yeah,
just let
yeah,
him.
run him, just wear him out. Hey, Rude, he's yeah, he needs to be worn out. Um, so, I mean, he's in hunt mode, he's in
Yeah.
stock mode, and also stalking or hunting mode, when he sees small animals. My Yorkie was like that, and she killed 2 squirrels, which was so sad, but they're bred for that. Um,
Yeah, it's like it's what they do.
yeah,
'Cause that was one of the first things I got about Binky is he's doing what dogs do,
but
you
you can
know,
change that.
but you can change
You
that.
can change
But
that.
it's definitely he needs to get run and run hard. He needs to be too tired to even
Uh-huh.
make it over that fence.
And not do the kind of play with him that causes him to wanna
Aggression.
yeah, aggressiveness. Thank you. Yeah, aggressive play.
Yeah, playing with the toys that look like the neighbor's dog.
Just yeah, and yeah,
Yes.
the squeakiness is the sound of a animal, them
Yeah,
killing the animal. Um, yeah, so, when I remember I mean, not remember, when I heard that, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I never even thought of that," but it makes sense. Yeah. So, um yeah, he's a sweet, super sweet dog. He's that he, and you guys are smart. That hunting instinct comes in. So I'm feeling you just got to wear him out and not play aggressive with him. You might want to look up that episode on Caesar. He has really good tools.
the dog whisperer.
Hmm.
And a lot of that dog whisperer stuff is about training the owners.
It's about the people. It's always the
I
people.
love it. First couple of times I watched it, I was like, "Isn't he clever?"
Hmm. It's about the people. Always. Our
Oh,
dogs emulate us, right? And mirror us. So whatever we got going on, they will take it on. Now, so are you guys going out and hunting small animals in the
I know.
jungle?
Say, Daphne, quit jumping over the fence and killing the neighbor's dogs. No, I don't think that's what's happening. Are you guys werewolves?
If you live
Do
in the
things get
jungle, I know.
weird around the full moon at your house?
You might
Yeah,
want to stop that now. Okay. Or at least until, you get another dog. Okay.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
No more hunting out in the jungle for small animals. And you'll break that. He'll stop doing it.
You stop, he'll stop.
Right. Right.
Oh, yeah, but definitely wearing that poor pup out. I
Okay.
used to have a horse that I would have to she was an Arabian, and I would have to lunge her for like a half an hour before I could even saddle her. She was so
Wow.
I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my gosh, you're too much work, you gorgeous little creature."
Ruth says Daphne never killed a dog. She ended a couple of squirrels, though, when she was in a bad mood. Oh.
Those squirrels just were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, look out for Daphne. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so whatever walks you're taking with him, run him. Run him like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it's funny. Road is saying, "We live in the jungle."
Rude, yeah.
Oh, is that what it is, Rude?
Yes. That they had it coming. That's funny.
You're probably over there going, "You
Yeah, they're
can't
in
get me."
Costa Rica, I believe Costa Rica
And
is.
Daphne was like, "Oh, I've had it.
I've
Had it
had
with
it.
their taunting."
Yeah, squirrels do that, don't they?
They get up on
Okay,
the fence and they flick their tail.
I know, right? And then yell at you or laugh at you.
Yep. Oh, too fun. All
Okay,
right. Did
I
we
think we
get
got everybody.
everybody? I think we
I think so.
did.
Leilani, I always say he is my bunny boss. That's funny.
Yes. Bunny Boss. Absolutely. Wow.
We have 3 dogs that run and play together, a fence that surrounds about 2 or 3 acres. How is their play? If their play is aggressive with each dog with each other, that can kick in that um,
2 or 3 acres. Yeah.
hunter innate nature, that hunter nature. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I would consult Caesar.
Yeah. Check it out because there's some quick fixes for that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
You know, yeah,
Yeah,
and he's a smart dog or she's a smart dog.
I don't know about quick fixes. It's what we have to
Well,
do the fix.
well, yeah, exactly. I didn't say you
Yeah.
had to fix her.
Oh, yeah,
I was trying
or
not
him.
to let him know.
Yeah. Sorry, I let the dog out of the bag. They play playfully when with 2, with 3 it gets a little bit more aggressive. Okay.
And you get a little bit more dog nature when you got
Mhm.
more dogs together too.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Alyssa. Her sweet pug left his body last week. Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, McGrath is my last name in the mundane world, I should say. Or my McGrath is my stepfather's name that I took on as I grew up. It's nice to meet another McGrath.
Mm. And you know what's interesting too? I'm noticing there's a lot of animals that are leaving right now too.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you guys, and thank you, Rude.
Welcome.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Check in with that. I always want to call him Cesar Romero, and that's not his name, is it?
Caesar
Is it
Milan.
Milan?
Milan.
Cesar Romero, I think, is an old time actor or something.
Yeah, he is. My boyfriend doesn't like him because he knows how much I love the guy. I'm so in love with Caesar. He's like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's not what you do. I'm like, if you're gonna criticize this show while I'm watching it, just go in the other room.
Go get out. Get out.
Get out. So, Alyssa, would you like us to connect with your sweet pug? Aw,
You sweet little puggy pug.
yeah,
Oh,
there he
I
is.
felt his little boop boop boop.
Hmm. He's rolling around the grass too.
Hmm.
See him on his back, rolling around the grass. Dogs
Hmm.
love to roll in grass, don't they? That's the first thing I see with him.
And kind of laying on his back with his feet and his
Yeah,
tongue hanging out. And
yeah. And I see him jump up and do that playful
mm,
stance with his butt up in the air. When they do that, when they get
so
down and then
sweet.
yeah, with his butt up in the air and moving real fast, that playful play um, posture kind of thing when they're playing.
Yeah. And running in a circle.
Yeah, he was always doing that. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Yeah, totally.
So sweet. And I feel like he's still with you a lot too.
Mhm.
When you think of him and when you think of him, Just kind of take a breath and feel. You'll feel him around you. And I hear also him barking at you, like trying to get your attention. He's been trying to get your attention. When you think you feel him, you do.
Right.
And I'm hearing that. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing him barking like, whoa, whoa. And it's weird because it's echoing. It's like he's in the kitchen or he's in the bathroom. He's like in some place where it echoes a little bit. Um, I don't even know what that means. It's so funny. And he was um a little bit domineering, not like overly so, but he would kind of try to tell you how it's going to be. Does that make sense?
You mean bossy?
and and loving, a little bit bossy, a little bit telling you how it is. So sweet, but sweet and loving, like not mean.
Attached to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, I just see him running and playing. He was a king indeed. Yeah.
yeah. I can feel it, and it's almost like you were getting his dinner for him, and he would bark like, "Come on, hurry up, let's go, come on."
Now you're tuning into my dog.
And it is roundabout dinner time there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh, so cute. Yeah, he just really wants you to know that he's very happy, very thankful, and that he's around you.
Mhm.
I mean, really. Oh, sorry about that. Wants you to know
Mhm. Yeah.
that he is still around you, that he hasn't left you, that he's still the boss.
And he's coming
Felt
back.
that really strong.
Yeah, he's still the boss. You say, "Don't ever forget that." But he's like, he's coming back. I do feel he's coming back to you, and he's saying that, and he's. I feel like he's saying that she knows, or that might have been an agreement you made.
Mm,
Yeah,
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 he's
and
still with
he
you.
is, he is. It's almost like he knows you need him, um, and so he's going to stay there as long as you need him. He was very protective over you. He's very protective of you.
Yeah, he wants to come back with you. Yeah,
Yeah,
be with you. He's saying we made that agreement. I'll be back.
I
I'll be
love
back.
that.
I'll
I'll
be
be back.
back. Miss
Oh,
Jules.
hello. Speak of
Speaking of I'll
the
be
king of
back.
the world. It's funny when my Groucho passed away a few years ago.
Groucho, I love
I I know he's so funny. Hello, my lord.
it.
And he just plops right down in the middle of the show.
hmm
Would you like to say hello to your admirers?
Hey, Mikey, your admirers, yes.
Oh my goodness gracious. When my Groucho passed, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 years ago. As he was oh my god. As he was passing, I heard him say, I'll come back. And he told me he would come back as a black and white cat. And but it wouldn't be for a couple of years. And so I got this little kitten for my granddaughter. And I didn't even think about it. Mikey is a pain in the and I just kept going, I don't know. I don't think this is Groucho. I think I got the wrong cat. I think I made a mistake. But as Mikey is growing up, he's getting more and more of Groucho's mannerisms and some of his little preferences and proclivities, if you will. And
hmm
the other day I went, all right, I see it. I see it. Because I didn't know Groucho when he was young. I knew when he was older. And I was like, now I understand why they named you Groucho. I was like, okay, dude, I see it now. You're here.
Nice, nice.
Oh, so
Okay,
fun.
so Alyssa, oh, this brings me so much joy. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you
Yeah.
for being here.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah, totally.
guys.
Hey, Miss
And I've got
Jules.
a class to teach at 6. So I've got to run.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Jules, daughter and hubby have 4 cats. They each had two before they married. Yep, those blended pet families,
Mhm.
like the
Mhm.
Brady Bunch in Petland.
That was my that was my vision too, like on the screen with the cats, the parents and the cats.
And here is Fluffy.
You're welcome, Leilani. Okay, thank you, everyone. Don't forget to do all that
Yeah,
YouTube stuff, please. Subscribe if you haven't already.
yep. Make
Like
sure you
and share.
subscribe and like too. YouTube has changed their things again, and getting they're really trying to match the right people with the right videos. I mean, what they're doing is really cool, what they're trying. But like the videos, and I don't mean just ours, but of course ours, make sure that you hit the little thumbs up button and that you hit the subscribe thing if you're not a subscriber, because it really helps the algorithms and it helps the right people that maybe need to see this show, right? That need to hear what Sharon and I talk about. It helps YouTube to connect them with the people that really need to see that. So make sure you
Or would at least enjoy it anyway. Yeah. And we didn't talk about angels. We can do angels next week.
forget those angels.
Okay.
No, we'll
No.
do angels next week. I'll write it down.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
write it down. Whoops, where are we? Here we go.
Also, animal communication. I wanted to talk a little bit about how, maybe how people can uh, dive into their animal communication skills
Yeah.
because we all have them, and we can do that too next week.
Yeah. And you guys all that have animals, you communicate in different ways with your pets anyways. You're already tuned in ultra psychic ways. And so that's you're already halfway there, right? So yeah, we'll
Yes.
talk about it.
We did have one angel here. We're all angels here. Leilani angel. Yes. We're all angels on this plane.
We
Just getting
are
our wings
human
back.
angels.
Getting our wings back.
Oh my goodness gracious. What are you
Our
doing?
drones.
I got to go rescue my office.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
He's
Thank you for
rolling
being
around
here.
pulling everything off of the. Oh my god.
All right. Say goodnight, Gracie.
I love you guys. Mwah. Love you,
Yes.
Sharon.
Mwah. Love you too. All right. Bye, everyone.